All right, y'all, so I am back for a second video. I ended up not shooting one last night. It was late when I made that first video. First video I've uploaded to YouTube since I was teaching accounting and doing videos on how the kids did various journal entries. And it took hours for that 2 gig video to upload to YouTube. So I didn't want to put like the time and resources into making multiple videos and then like totally fail at it and not know how to do it at all. So I'm making a second video today. Today I am 2 weeks and 4 days post-op from a Mommy Makeover, which as I discussed in my intro video, I hate that term. So I had a tummy tuck, I had liposuction, I had a breast lift, I had a breast augmentation, and I had a fat transfer. So today I had an endermology appointment, which I'm jumping the gun on that one. So I'm using my Pixel book today. The resolution on the camera is not quite as high as it is on my Pixel. My normal phone's a Pixel 4 XL. That's what I shot with last night. So as you can see, I am sitting in my bedroom, which in my intro video, I discussed a little bit about my bedroom, that it used to be wallpapered. We took all the wallpaper off. The walls right now, they had been smoothed mostly, and so they're pretty smooth. They're not ready to be painted. I need to texture them and repaint them. Like that closet door, that was a white door, but the lady who owned this house before me smoked marble reds in it for 40 something years, and so everything is this like crazy weird nicotine brownish color, including my closet doors, that molding, etc., etc. So you can see I mounted a TV right here on the wall. I actually did that specifically for my surgery. That's why I really wanted to start these videos before surgery, just so I could talk about the all the prep that I did to make myself as comfortable as possible while I was recovering, because I know myself and I have ADD and I am so antsy, and I knew that unless I had things to like keep me in place and keep me chill and where I was, that I would do stuff I'm not supposed to do. And so this is the first time in my entire adult life that I have ever had a TV in my bedroom. And as you can see, it is installed on the wall. So my bedroom sucks, but anyway, that was a lot of time talking about my bedroom just to justify how crappy it looks. I also closed this closet door. It hasn't been closed in forever. Like every once in a while when I deep clean my room, I'll close it. It'll stay closed just until I go to get clothing out of it, and then they open back up. Probably when I redo the bedroom, I'll look into like sliding closet doors. What I really want to do, if there's 2 closets in here, what I really want to do is close off both closets and then make it into a somewhat narrow walk-in closet. I feel like that would just be a lot better use of that space than it being 2 walk-in closets. But that's way down the road. Why? Because I'm still recovering from a really super crazy intense surgery, and I can't even think about doing that kind of work at this point. So instead, I'm going to make videos and talk to you guys about my recovery. So here we are. Like I said, I am 2 weeks and 4 days post-op. Today I had what's called Endermologie. This was my 3rd of 10 appointments. If you Google Endermologie, you will find that it's usually used to treat cellulite. But in my case, and I do have cellulite, I'm 40 years old. In my case, Endermologie is being used for the liposuction. Sometimes when you have liposuction, you'll get like hard spots in your fat because they take a cannula. It's a soft, flexible cannula, and they, they go through your fat and suck it out of your body. So sometimes you can get hard spots, sometimes it can be a little lumpy. And so the endermology is like 2-part. The first part basically like sucks on your skin and that tissue, and to help like basically, even it out and move any pockets and help squeeze any little hard spots that you may have. And then the second part of it's kind of like a little percussive massage, and it's like it's the same machine. I don't know, it's pretty cool. It's uncomfortable because I have an incision that goes from one hip to the other, and so this machine is like sucking on my skin and my fat, and my skin is not loose and my fat is not soft, and it's really, I have a bunch of fluid in there. That's the other thing endermology is used for. It's to help to reduce the swelling and help get rid of that fluid. And I know the swelling would reduce on its own, but I think the endermology is helping immensely. It's kind of like the equivalent to manual lymphatic massage. So this is like the machine version of lymphatic massage. So it's helping to get that fluid up and moving and out of my body. And like, of course I see a huge reduction in my swelling, but I'm also 2.5 weeks post-op at this point. So yeah, the machine's not super pleasant. Like I said, it sucks up your skin and your fat, and it's got to have hard suction because, like I said, my skin is really firm, and I'll try to capture that in another video for you. I think I have some pictures with the Endermologie suit. It's like this weird, like white mesh, almost like it's like a fishnet stocking for your whole body. It's long sleeve, it goes down to your ankles. But it's like really, really tiny holes in the fishnet. But you put that on, it looks like I fell out of a sci-fi movie when I have it on, because it looks like I'm ready for like some deep sleep, cryo sleep before like I take my mission to Mars. So, and then I put that on with my compression garment, which I'm going to show you here in a few minutes, and then I just look ridiculous, but I feel kind of cool with it. And then I just put on like a loose knit cotton dress to go there, and a Panama hat because I had skin cancer last year, so I almost always wear hats when I'm outside. And I look ridiculous. And then I have some various masks that one of my friends sewed for me. Today's happen to have vulvas, hairy vulvas of every type and variety on them. So, and hopefully I'll get around to showing you guys some of my masks as well, just because I like the eccentricity of it. So, let's see. So that's pretty much endermology. Sucking on the scar, does not feel great. The first probably 2 times I went, it did pull my incision open, like not gaping open or anything like that, but I had a spot on my left hip that was barely hanging on and barely staying closed. Like it would kind of close overnight, and then like the next day it might pull open. And for sure the first time in endermology, it opened that spot back up. And so it's tender. Of course, my abdominal muscles are super tender. Like I touch them and I'm like, oh, my tummy hurts. But he sewed those muscles back together again, so it's going to hurt. Somebody passed a needle through them and cinched them up with a couple layers of sutures. So it's not the best feeling in the world that I've ever had. Let's see. Today was actually a pretty good day in terms of how I feel. Yesterday, I felt like complete and absolute junk. I texted one of my best friends in the morning, and I was like, what have I done? Why did I do this surgery? It's terrible. And I gave her the disclaimer of like, I know I'm saying this right now. I know I'm bitching. I know I'm complaining. I know I'm crying. Like, I chose this. I knew like how serious of a surgery it was and the recovery it was going to take. And like, let's have a conversation in 3 months and ask me if I still hate that I did this to myself. And also yesterday was my first day back at work after being off for 2 weeks after having surgery, 2.5 weeks. So, I'm sure that played a little bit into my mood. Granted, I don't go to the office. I telework, which I teleworked 4 days a week before I had surgery. Now I just telework 5 days a week. Not a lot has changed there. I'm so thankful for that. Very, very grateful that we're telework capable. But like I said, today is a much better day. I feel like I don't know you guys well enough to talk about this, but I'm going to anyway because it's part of life. But one of the things I was really, really careful about when I first had surgery was hemorrhoids, because I have had 2 pregnancies. I've given birth twice, naturally, no drugs, and 40 years old, like throughout my life, I've had issues with hemorrhoids off and on. Talk to any pregnant woman, majority of them have had hemorrhoids. We don't talk about it. It's like the big secret nobody talks about. I know dudes that have hemorrhoids. How'd they get hemorrhoids? I don't know. I didn't ask them, but nobody talks about it. So pain meds, they tend to give you constipation. And then when you're constipated, you tend to push. When you push, you end up with hemorrhoids. So I made sure after I had surgery, when I started taking pain meds, to take ungodly amounts of stool softener and laxatives and milk of magnesia. And like, I did not tell my doctor what I was doing because he probably would have been like, oh my God, you're going to die. But I would rather die sometimes than have hemorrhoids. They're so bad. So I just, I was careful about it, and like I only did it to the point that I was pooping, and then I made sure I was taking lots of stool softener until I started like pooping regularly. And so, and once I stopped taking narcotics, I quit taking stool softeners and stuff after like 24 hours just to make sure I was going to poop regularly and on my own. Of course, I drink a ton of water, so that helps. So I did not get constipated from the narcotics, which is like, yay! Well, I made a dumb choice, and I made a keto recipe the other day that had like a ton of cheese in it. And I ate it twice a day, like 2 days in a row, and I got constipated. And again, I don't know you guys, and I'm telling you this, and I like the inside of me right now is going, oh my God, don't tell people about this. This is terrible. But I'm also a really honest and upfront person, and it's one of my goals is to be really honest about the things that I experienced with this surgery. So, ate a lot of cheese. Cheese does not normally stop me up, but I did just have major surgery, and so cheese stopped me up. I was constipated and, pushed too hard, whatever. Didn't take advantage of the fact that I have a bidet, which I also installed for the surgery. And I ended up making my hemorrhoids angry. So I've been working on making those go back down with hemorrhoid cream and Fun of Fun's hemorrhoid suppositories. Like, let's make it real, guys. Oh, God. And so yesterday they were hurting pretty bad. Today they don't hurt. And I've also been taking, I did take some stimulant laxatives and stool softeners. So like, this did not just go away on its own. And one of the things I had read about a long time ago when I was having really bad problems with my hemorrhoids and my diet was just atrocious, and my daughter was really little at the time, was how to deal with my hemorrhoids. And you'd find stuff that'd be like, put on hemorrhoid cream. Okay, well, when you put hemorrhoid cream on for days in a row and it does not take care of the problem, what else can you do? So I was taking stimulant laxatives and stool softener, and then making sure I drink a ton of water. I cut down on what I was eating. Like I eat keto, I mentioned that, and so I'm pretty much like, how much fat can I shove in my body? More heavy whipping cream, more fat bombs, more than I would normally prefer to eat, but I really don't. Hemorrhoids are awful, guys. They're awful. And so I feel like today I'm back on track, but yesterday that helped contribute to my crappy mood and not wanting to deal with my life yesterday. So, I did have something gross happen today. Like this, basically, like, it's not that gross, but like to me, it was really gross because it happened to me and like I was in the middle of living it. But I put scar gel on my scar, it's not even a scar yet. It's still an incision. It's a scabby incision. And so I put scar gel on it. And when I was putting scar gel on it, like this big meaty chunk of my scab came off my hand. I was like, oh, so it was like really disgusting. So, and I'm a picker, and like, I thought that was pretty gross. So I can only imagine what other people, anyway, okay. So I think I'm pretty good today. Like, my boobs hurt, but my boobs hurt like every single day. They're like kind of achy. Usually I'll take a shower in the morning, and then I get out of the shower and I put, some cream on my boobs to help with the stretching because I don't have very stretchy skin and I'm starting to get stretch marks. So I'll put cream on my boobs and then lotion up from head to toe because like all of my skin is flaking, peeling off. My arms, like something's wrong with my skin texture. So I've been using like a Japanese washcloth. I'm like a mess, but 2.5 weeks ago, I sat for 6.5 hours under anesthesia and then put narcotics into my body and all sorts of junk, antibiotics into my body. And like, I just messed up my groove, right? Which was expected. So, but I didn't do that today because at Endermologie. And so, they didn't ask me to not do that, but like, I didn't want to put on lotion and then put that Endermologie suit on and then have it like sucked in the machine. Like, I don't know, something about it was just like, I don't really want to do that. So I did not put any cream on my boobs today. I did put scar gel because I always do. The other thing I'm battling with is my belly button. It does not want to heal. And the reason for that is that I have a fold in the vertical fold in the middle of my belly, that my belly button is like at the bottom of it. And so prior I was so swollen that it was like a completely sealed closed fold. And so no air is getting in there to dry out my belly button. And so it was like leaking fluid, and I knew that that was okay. So I wasn't really worried about it. And like, I'm in touch with my plastic surgeon's office constantly. And so, you know, I tell them, hey, I got fluid, this is what's happening. And then like on Sunday, it started smelling funny, and like not bad, but it had an odor for the first time. And I was like, uh-oh, that's not good. So of course I emailed the patient care coordinator, and she said, okay, now put a little Neosporin in there, see how it works out. I had asked if I could do something really silly, and basically like, I have this hair dryer. This is a diffuser. I have curly hair, which by the way, this is like day 4, and I've done nothing with it since I washed it. I'll talk about my hair care routine, and I'll show you guys when I like actually take care of it too, how much better it looks. But so I asked if I could take the diffuser and like gently try to dry my belly button. And she said, yeah, but make sure you put it on cool setting and don't do it very long. And like, it was just like, I just want to get some of that moisture out of there. And so I have figured out though, if I put like the head on my bed up and the feet kind of down or a little bit up, like basically like squish myself a little bit together, it'll open up the fold on my belly button. And the other problem with that fold is that it's swelling, so it's very firm. Like I can't flatten it down. I can't, like, I'm used to having soft, squishy belly skin, right? And it's not like that anymore. It's very firm. I can't like push on it. I can't like, I don't want to pull it open, right? I have sutures holding my belly button in place. But it doesn't move. I can't open my belly. And so, but like that posture, I can in my bed, because I think I told you guys in my intro video that I bought an adjustable bed frame specifically for my surgery. And so I used the diffuser a little bit and sat in the bed and like just kind of let the air circulate and kind of dry out my belly button. And then I didn't notice. So then I went to Endermologie. I stopped. I got some Neosporin. I don't keep Neosporin in my house. I don't know. Came home and my belly button had leaked fluid, but it didn't really smell. So I said, yay. I still put a little bit of Neosporin in there. Really, it's triple antibiotic ointment. It's generic because Neosporin is expensive, as it turns out. At least if you go to the drugstore, it is. And I did go to the drugstore because they're little, and I do not feel up to battling like Target or Walmart just yet. So, yeah, so that was pretty much my day. I mean, I worked, right? Like I did my job, which is sitting on a computer, not the Pixel Pokemon, sitting on my government issued computer and type, using my brain, doing analytics, doing analysis. Like it's not, my job is, it's not physically demanding at all other than sitting. And I was worried about how sitting 9 hours a day, because I have what's called an alternative work schedule. I was worried about how sitting 9 hours a day would be, and it's fine. It turns out I just switch positions. I switch from my bed, which I can adjust it and then put a pillow in my lap, put my laptop on top of it, to the couch, and just switch it up every couple hours, and it keeps me pretty comfortable. I have to keep my AC super low, and I'm bringing this up because I turned off my ceiling fan because the wiring in my house is weird. I put in an LED light. There's an LED light kit on my ceiling fan, and the dimmer on my wall is not supposed to be used with LEDs. And don't do that, by the way. Don't use stuff like that. Like I do it. I don't know why. I didn't do it. Somebody else did it. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And so it makes this noise when the fan is on. I don't know if y'all could hear it last night, but probably you could hear it today. So my fan is not on. I'm supposed to keep my house cool because I'm not supposed to sweat excessively. But I have a Nest, and it's programmed to kick back up to 77 degrees every so many hours, just to try to conserve electricity and resources. So, and then every once in a while, when I notice it's hot, I'll kick it down to 72. It's 77. My fan's not on. I'm wearing this beautiful kimono that is not very breathable. So I'm getting a little hot and sweaty. So I was thinking about this like all night, and I'm not quite ready to get down to my skivvies for you guys. Like I need to do it soon though, because I want people to see what my body looks like post-surgery. But I just, not today, maybe tomorrow. I just need to work up that. Like it's bad enough. It's hard enough me sharing my shithole bedroom with you guys. And so, I'll get there. And people watch my intro video, so I'm like, oh my God, people actually watch my video. People are going to see my life. They're going to see my truth. Oh God. That's okay. breathe. I can do this. So I am going to show you guys what it looked like in my compression garment. So I have 2 of them. They came from my plastic surgeon. They're a brand called like Design Veronique. They're very expensive as it turns out, but they're pretty cool. They do a really good job of what they do, so that's why they're expensive. But okay, without further ado, I'm gonna show you. Oh yeah, that's a real good close-up, y'all. I'm gonna back up, and actually I'm gonna grab my other garment. I'm gonna show you what both of them look like. So this was my original garment that I came home from the hospital in. Oh, it's inside out. Let me flip it. This is the pull-on kind. I don't know how they got me in this thing. Like, I was laying in a bed and I had an IV and my phone and my glasses were sitting on my stomach. And I was thinking like, oh, I should wear a glasses case. And then I'm home and I'm like, what just happened? How did I get here? What am I wearing? How did they get me in this? How did I get in my house? I guess I had surgery because I feel like crap. Totally crazy. So they got me into this garment, right? Which looks huge now I'm looking at it. It is an extra large. Like I looked at the sizing on the website and I was like, oh, okay, I'll wear an extra large even though I wore a size 6 before surgery, whatever. So this is what it looks like. It goes below the boobies, which you're about to see. It's got detachable straps. I don't know, like they detach in the front. They don't detach in the back, so I don't know what good that is. They are crotchless, so it starts out like just below like your clit and it comes up like to the top of your butt crack basically, so you don't have to take it on and off to go to the bathroom, which is like fantastic. But I have had problems with my compression garment. I don't know if I should talk about that now or later, but maybe we'll talk about it in another video. Actually, yeah, we'll talk about it now. So they put this beautiful little rose on there for you so that you can feel extra feminine and sexy while you are chopped to bits and leaking blood and fluid everywhere. So a good example of that, if you look at the back of my garment, you might not be able to tell in this lighting. Oh yeah, you can. See that? Can you see all the staining on my garment? Granted, this has only been hand washed. You're only supposed to hand wash them. But I leaked fluid everywhere. So this was where one of my drains was at. And as you can see, there's blood all over it. And that's cut because that's where the drain came through. Well, my left drain, as you can see, is a real big cut because when he went to take my drain out, it wouldn't come out. And so he pulled and it wouldn't come out. And he pulled a little more and he like kept cutting my garment. And finally he said, we're going to have to take this off in order to get this drain out. And I was like, oh God, no, that's going to hurt, isn't it? Because this thing was so tight. And it didn't hurt. It was a little uncomfortable, but I'll talk about that later too, because that was my 1 week post-op appointment. So I can show you all the holes in this tomorrow, but I alternate between garments just because they give me a different shape. So the one I have on now, I'm going to show you is zips up. And then that one is just a straight pull on. So, and this lovely kimono, my baby brother got for me at Epcot probably, 14 years ago, something like that. I love it. It's like one of my favorite things in my collection. So, okay, so this is, look, I'm not putting my face in it because I'm going to turn so red that I just took off this kimono on the internet. This is what my garment looks like. So obviously I have on a bra. This is not the original post-surgical bra. This is one I got off of the interwebs in an effort to switch it out because that bra was not the most comfortable. So today I'm pretty swollen at this point. I started out, y'all can get to see my boobs now. I'm gonna move my hair for a little modesty. So I'm pretty swollen. Like I don't eat a ton of food every day because I really just can't. And it gives me gas and it hurts my belly. And so I'm really judicious about what I eat. But I am swollen and that happens when I eat food because my body's recovering and there's some other stuff that we'll talk about in another episode. So anyway, so this is my bra, my boobs. I'll turn sideways for you. As you can see, this is my bloaty tummy right here. This is my back. It looks like it has lines in it. It really doesn't. It's just that the garment moves. I'll turn all the way around. I don't want you guys to see my butt, but like the opening is right here. So this is from this side. Typically too, I wear my garment. I put on my garment first and then I put on my bra. But I wasn't sure whether or not I was going to take off my garment in this episode. And so I put my bra on underneath in case that's what I decided to do. So as you can see, I have on undies. They are crappy undies because I've been using hemorrhoid cream and I don't want to mess up any of my nice underwear. But why do I have underwear on the outside of my garment, right? Well, because remember, they're crotchless. And so if I don't wear underwear, my labia are squishing out the bottom. That's what I was going to talk about in another episode, but I just said it. My labia squished at the bottom. It's so uncomfortable. I talked to my plastic surgeon's office about it. Apparently there's like nothing that can be done. Everyone hates it. Everyone complains. It's really uncomfortable. I think I figured out the trick to it, which is basically like pull open the crotch and like rearrange it so your labia are totally squished out instead of partially squished out. This is like a totally bizarre thing to talk about, isn't it? Nobody told me about this before I had surgery. I was like, this is terrible. And like, this is what I walk around in all day, right? It's just me and my 16-year-old. She's seen me naked her whole life. Like, it doesn't matter. And so I'm going to sit back down on this bench. And so this is what I wear, like, all day long. I don't wear regular clothing unless I'm leaving my house. This is what's the most comfortable. It keeps me the most cool. So I just put underwear on so that my labia are not sticking out the bottom of my garment and for everyone to admire, which I didn't wear underwear for the first couple of days post-surgery because I was real messed up on drugs. And so the friend that took care of me got to see a lot of my labia. She's great, and she's now my labia sister. So, but yeah, that's what I was going to show you. So this garment, it unzips, as you can see. Whoop, there, and then it's got like some hook and eye clasps on it. So, and this one's got 2 rosettes. It's real fancy. This was the second garment. That's why there's no blood on it, and that's why there's no cuts in it or anything. Although I do sometimes get fluid, like staining on it from where my incision's at. Like if my incision is leaking, like sometimes after endermology, like stuff comes out. I don't understand because my incision is closed. Yet stuff comes out of it somehow. So, and I hand wash them, like literally what I do. I didn't mean to talk this much about my garments, but like their life, right? So usually what I do is I throw them in the bottom of the tub and then I like run the bath water, and bending over is very difficult. So I have a bench in my bathroom. It's actually a painter's bench because Goodwill was not open because of COVID-19. So I was like, hey, I have this painter's bench. It's about the right height. And so I will sit on the painter's bench and use my feet and I like swish it around. Like it reminds me of back in the day, where like when you saw a movie like Lucy in a vat, smashing grapes to make wine. It's like, but instead I'm cleaning my compression garment. Like with my dirty feet, I'm swishing around the bottom of my bathtub. That's how my compression garments get clean. And then I hang them up on my little shower rack. So that's pretty bizarre, isn't it? Yeah, nothing about this surgery is normal or not bizarre. So there's lots of bizarre stuff to talk about. But so I think that's probably a pretty good place to stop. I will share with you guys. Like I said, maybe tomorrow we'll see how I feel. If I feel a little bit more comfortable, like I'm just nervous about sharing my body. I'm a very modest person. I feel weird about it. Like it's like I can't be on the internet in my bra and underwear. That's never going to go away, right? Like if my boss was to find my videos, which if he does, he does. I don't care. Like work knew I was having surgery. I didn't tell them what surgery I was having, but because it's not like you're not required to. It's not their business. But would I want my boss to see me in my bra and panties? No. If he does, is it the end of the world? No. Would I get fired? No. I'm a federal employee. Would I be embarrassed? No. Like, I have a daughter. She's 16. She sees me in my bra and underwear all the time. She sees me naked all the time. She helped take care of me after surgery. If my grandkids saw me in my bra and underwear, I don't have any. One day I will. Maybe. Would I be embarrassed? No. If my mom saw me, would I be embarrassed? No. My dad can't see me. He's dead, both of them. If my brother saw me, wouldn't care. Future employers, if they want to judge me for wanting to share my story and my truth and, what I went through post-surgery, fixing some stuff that got jacked up from being pregnant and overweight, like if they want to judge me, there's nothing I can do about that. So I just have to be true and honest to myself and get over some, hang-ups, frankly. Like I've been pretty unhappy with my body for 16, 17 years now. And so it's very hard to go from trying to hide my body and dress to camouflage and conceal bits and pieces to being like, hey, internet, I'm naked. So we'll get there. We'll get there. That's all I can say about that for the most part. So tomorrow I'll probably talk about getting to the point of having surgery, a little bit of my history. I will talk about like where I'm at, how I'm feeling. I don't know. I got to think overnight about what exactly I'm going to tell you guys about. But this video is half an hour long. I feel like that's pretty substantial. I talk fast, so I know there's like, bleh, I'm just vomiting information at you guys. But I have a lot to say. It's a lot of information. Like I'm so excited to share this with you guys and, to be able to talk about this stuff. So hopefully, you guys share this video, you like this video, you subscribe to my channel, and so you can see what else I'm going to talk about, because you never know. Although right now it's guaranteed I'm going to talk about my body, my labia, my hemorrhoids, and whatnot, and my surgery. So, and that's the point. A dog is begging to come in the door. They hear me talking, and once again, my dogs are like, if you're talking, you must be talking to us. And they're very confused about life. So thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed what I had to say, or at least amused, entertained, whatever. Like my video, subscribe to my channel. And I believe it's called Fat Girl Went Slim is the name of my channel. I think that's what I ended up calling it. So late night choices, guys. See you soon.